Okay, we're recording. So I have a ball, I have a chair, and I have a pad here. What you really have to understand is, and people are reticent maybe to go barefooted. If you have one of these pads, you have a ready-made therapy mode for your foot. And people have trouble with their feet. So I'm going to put both feet on the pad, and I'm going to do a stepping in place. And I have a tendency, and if you have a hip replaced, or if you have two hips replaced, you have a tendency to overuse some muscles and to underuse other ones, because we do this incessant over rocking. See, whenever I go like this and you're wonky, that's what you're trying to stop doing. I want you to really use your feet. So we're getting warmed up today, and we're just going to pull our knee up. And when we put the foot down on the pad or on your pillow or pillow, whichever that you like, and I'm going to hold this with two hands instead of throwing it today for Mobility Wednesday, because we threw it on Monday. Today, I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to press in as I lift my knee a little. See, I'm not coming up to the 90 degrees, not right now. I'm just lifting this as I pull my tummy in. Hi, Karen, I see you. So this is a workout made for people with bad feet again, and I do that a lot on Wednesdays because it's very important. So I'm barefooted, as you can see. I'm on my spongy pillow or disc. If I don't have a ball, what am I going to do? I'm going to get a tea towel, and I'm just going to squeeze in on it. And why is this so important on Mobility Wednesday? Because we have a lot of problems with our fingers and our feet. And how can we think that we never give special emphasis to help get them out of trouble? So I'm showing you some great things to do for your fingers. See, it's gentle, but I'm using those muscles. I'm opening and closing, and I'm closing as tight as I can. And I can close in tight on a squishy ball. This is a hard ball. But if I don't have a ball, I'll just get a tea towel, and I will ball it up. See? I'll just do it with you. See? So here I am, and I'm doing not a 90-degree lift. That's very important right now. Hi, everybody, come on. See here? All I do is bring my knee up a little, because I'm trying not to do that incessant over leaning, which makes you look like you're wobbling when you walk. So I'm doing like this. Now, let me tell you, if you're on a pad, you will drift. And sometime, some of you are going to pick your feet up like this as you're squeezing your tea towel or your soft ball. See, I'm getting my fingers going while I'm doing this, while I'm pulling my tummy in, while I'm dropping my shoulders. And if I'm not looking and feeling with my feet, I might drift. And if I drift too far forward, see, I'm going to step off of that, and I might go, oh, I'm losing my balance. So you don't get flustered. You merely dart your eyes, and you back up. You don't have to lean excessively. And so while I'm doing this, this seems like such a simple thing. But you see, many of us that have issues with balance, we do, and we have issues with our joints, especially my hip, or our hips, or our knees, or our feet. We do this really weird wobble. So this can be a training, the simple warm-up that I'm doing. And if I'm thinking, see, I don't do the wobble. But if I don't think about it, this is what I do. And I don't want to do that. So I want to lower down, push the butt back, bring my knee up just a little. And when I'm doing this motion, and I go here, and I go here, and I go here, I try to not wobble. So how do you do that? You think about it, and you don't allow yourself to do this. That's letting go of your control center, which is right here. And see if you have a replaced hip or two replaced hip, it's very easy to use those stronger muscles. And so I'm saying we can walk better and we can really help our balance by thinking about it when we're warming up. This is very simple, but it's a very good move if you will think not to let yourself do that funny wobbling. And you see this in many of your friends, many people that have had these kinds of joint issues, balance issues. And the thing of it is we just kind of get into sloppy habits. So I'm telling you, one of the big reasons to join in on Wednesdays is I'm trying to go over with very simple moves how to keep you from doing these funny ambulations, funny walking habits that we let creep in, especially if we've had joint issues. Okay, now so let me ask you right now. See, I'm doing this is a leg pump. See, it's a leg pump. I'm pumping, but I'm staying centered and down. Do you see this? So as I go here, and as I go here and I'm squeezing, releasing, squeezing, releasing, I'm setting down as I do the pump. It gets me warmed up nicely without hurting joints, without straining, okay? You don't have to go like real fast. You don't have to worry you're gonna fall or you're not gonna keep up. See, it's just a pump. It's just a 1, 2, 3 pump. Take a breath, squeeze, take a breath, squeeze, take a breath, squeeze, and you're just pumping, 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 pumping. See? Back and forth, back and forth. So what is this doing? This is a repeated leg pump that's really getting these muscles warmed up and functioning. Now we're going to do the opposite or opposing muscles, okay? Meaning our opposing muscles in our back, in our chest, and in the back part of our legs. How are we going to do that? Very simple. I'm going to turn to the side. You're going to step straight off the front. I'm just going to turn so that you can see what I'm doing, okay? So I'm barefooted. I'm going to step down. See this? And I'm going to put my toe on that pad. See that? With that said, I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to go just to my forehead. See that? I'm going to bring the elbows right here beside my waist. See this? See, this is, I call it the hammer, okay? So what do I have to do? I have to hold balance with this leg. And as I bring my hands right into here, this move right here is bringing into play all these muscles back here. But most importantly, I have to use these muscles to get this move going. Then I'm in a split stance. And if I pick my foot up even a tiny bit, see that? I start to utilize these muscles and these muscles and these muscles. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I'm going to step down. I'm not going to build up a lot of tension because I'm not going to stay there forever. Take a breath. Drop your shoulders. I got my little tea towel rolled up in a ball or a ball if it's a squeezy ball. Now I'm going to shift. Now I'm going to put the other foot back here like a kickstand. and it's on that squishy pad or pillow. See that? So I'm going to come right here. My elbows come in, and this goes right to my forehead. I'm going to drop my shoulders, and I'm going to bring this up, and I'm going to bring this little kickstand up back here. See that? See that? That can be very scary for people. So if you even bring your hand up and bring it down, that's fine. And if you don't feel comfortable bringing this foot up, you don't have to. My suggestion would be that you have a chair or a wall. See, I just put this chair so that I feel it with my hip. See that? Or I can put my hand there. I can put my hand here and just do this. See, one at a time, one at a time. So these kinds of backward motions are really quite important. And if you keep your knee soft, you will stay in balance so much easier. Now, let me throw you another wrinkle. If you're doing this and you're saying, oh, no problem, piece of cake, I would suggest, if you want to really stimulate your balance systems, not if you're having a hard time staying on balance, I would say close one eye. See, while you're doing this, just close one eye and do this little hammer move. So I call it the hammer, because I'm bringing both hands up. I'm touching my forehead. I'm bringing, see there, I overbalanced. My chair was right here. Okay, I'm just telling you that you always need to have a little insurance when you're doing one-legged task. So that means be by a wall, a chair, a table that's not going to move on you. I wouldn't be trying to grab somebody that's walking past you. That might not be good. Okay, drop your shoulders. Drop your shoulders as you hammer. Drop your shoulders. Take a breath. Keep your elbows in. A couple more, and then bring it back down. Okay? Now we're going to go to the other side. We're going to do this a couple more times, but before we do it, I have my little tea towel here rolled in a ball, or just pick up a ball, depending on what you've got. All right? So before we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to take our ball in one hand. We're going to put it right here in the middle of the back. See? I have to have my coat on because it's chilly this morning. So I'm going to put the ball right in the middle of the back. Okay? Hold your ground. So by that I mean both feet. Soften your knees. Okay, now before you do anything, drop your shoulders again. Drop your chin. Now push the hips forward. Soften your knees, drop your shoulders, push the hips forward, take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Hang out here for just a couple seconds. Push them forward, keep your knees soft, drop your shoulders. Breath, 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 breath. Okay, now come out of that move. Bend your knees. And now we're going to just do 4 and then switch in 4. And why I'm doing this again is because we spent quite a bit of time doing the little quadricep pump. See, we did a lot of this, but now we are doing all of the antagonistic muscles, the opposing muscles to just walking around. And I did several. Now I'm going to do another set. So I'm right here. I'm going to bring the ball or my rolled up tea towel while I'm squeezing it to my forehead. Then I'm going to take a big breath and I'm going to bring my heel up and I'm going to hammer. See? I'm going to hammer. Take a breath. Keep your elbows in. Keep your shoulders down. Take a breath. Make sure you're doing this next to a wall or a chair so that you don't lose balance too badly. You might lose balance. As a matter of fact, if you're doing balance exercises, intensely enough, you will lose balance. So count on it is my point. Be by a chair, be by a wall, be by a bed, and it'll be fine. And then try to slow down and hold that balance. See, if you get going too fast, you don't really engage those muscles. See how slow I'm going? But I'm not losing my balance like I was just a while ago because I was going a little too fast. Okay, drop your shoulders. Okay, put your foot down. Go to the other side. Put the other foot back. Tighten in. Drop your shoulders. So I'm right here. I have my chair right here in front of my legs, see, so that if I lose balance, I don't fall on the floor. Okay. Take a breath. Hip hinge. There goes my back. My back is totally on guard because I felt the contraction in my lower back. As I brought my heel to my hip, I stand my ground. Do not twist. Try not to twist. So if you have a hip replaced, I'm telling you this is going to be a challenge because when you go up like this, you're going to want to twist and use your stronger muscles. That's what I don't want you to do, okay? And some of you know exactly what I'm talking about because you're saying to yourself, how did she know I was twisting? And I'm saying, because I will do that. It's just natural for you to try to use your stronger muscles. It's my job to find your deficits in your muscles and try to get those stronger. So when you're doing this move and you have a major joint that has compromise in it, you're going to twist a little. You're going to try to go to the stronger muscles. I, as a trainer, don't want you to. I want you to stay in those weaker ones. And that's why I keep suggesting when you're doing something like this repeatedly, that you be by a surface that won't move on you, meaning a non-compliant surface, okay? A wall or a bed or a chair or a counter. See how I'm just pulling like this and I keep wanting to drift, but I keep trying to make my weaker muscles keep me straight on. Straight on, just two more. Take a breath. Take a breath. Okay. Now I'm going to stand on my little pillow. I'm going to take my ball, my rolled up tea towel. See? I'm going to put it right here in the back again. Second time that we're going to do a back extension. And then if you have a wall in front of you, a counter, a chair, you're going to push your hips into that chair while you push this ball into your back, okay? And you're just going to push them in there. Do not tighten your butt here, okay? We're trying to open up the spaces, excuse me, in your vertebrae. So drop your shoulders, soften your knees. Don't tighten and push those hips forward. You're going to feel stretches. Oh, it's going to feel really good if you just will do this, okay? And hang out here for a little bit. So some people might have to hang out here for 10, 15 seconds, maybe up to 30 seconds. And that's a good thing, okay? And then you just rotate your hips, soften your knees, and you come out of it, okay? Now I'm going to put my tea towel right here in my chair. I'm on this pillow, okay? Now, some of you don't like getting in the floor, and I know that. So I'm going to show you something to do that's going to really help your back, and you can do it standing, okay? So you need to have your chair here. So we're going to do, now we're going to tighten our tummy just a little. We're going to drop our shoulders, okay? I'm going to take one hand and you're going to lift the opposite leg, kind of like swimming, okay? So I'm going to lift this leg, see, like that, and I'm going to lift this arm. So this is opposite, opposite. So I'm going to lift whatever leg you lift, pick the opposite hand, and many of you went up like this. Okay, I want you to watch this move. So I'm holding stability on one foot. It's a barefoot, and I want to open my toes. That's number one. Number two, I want to soften my knee on the supporting leg. Got it? Then I have my hands here. I'm going to release one foot, and I'm just going to hang out here. See? It goes from the hip. All right? Let me do this leg so you can see it better. So let's say I'm going to pick this leg up. Okay? Now you do tighten your butt. Okay? So I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to tighten my butt. The opposite hand is just going to go back. See, I'm not going to go up here. All right? That is not what I'm doing. I'm taking my hand like this and I'm going back. So I want to innervate these muscles. I could do all of this laying flat on the floor or flat on my bed. But I'm showing you a very good alternative to strengthening these muscles back here. And why is that so important? Because if you strengthen these back thoracic positioned muscles that go up your spine, up here, it helps pull on the bones. When you pull on the bones gently, they start strengthening. That's your weight loading that we're trying to do for osteoporosis prevention. But other than that, let's say you don't have osteoporosis and you're lying, I don't care about that. You should care about your golf swing. You should care about being able to do gardening, being able to play with your grandkids better, okay? So it all goes together. So let's go back to the exercise. Are you ready? So I'm going to pull this leg. See? It goes from the hip. I don't bend at the knee here. I do tighten my butt. And I know it's hard to see because I have this coat on, but it's chilly. Okay, so I'll go like this so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, I'll try to do this. I'll tuck it up there. There. So here I go. Shift, soften the knee, tighten your tummy, drop your shoulders. The leg goes straight back. See, it's a lift like that. See that? See that? My toe is heading where? Definitely not out. My toe is almost turned to my instep. So once we have that going, then we can think about the arm, okay, and that upper thoracic region. Are you ready? You're just going to put your hand here like this. So I'm doing the opposite. So if this leg goes up, the other hand goes back and it comes in. See, it just goes back. So what you're doing is you're steadying yourself. The supporting knee is soft. Drop your shoulders and it's squeeze right here. Pull and then pull. So it's a back and a back. See that? Pull in and back. So you're doing kind of a hinge motion with your shoulder girdle. Pull, take a breath, pull, take a breath, pull, take a breath, pull. Take a breath, keep your knees soft, don't lock your supporting leg. Take a breath, just do 2 more. Keep your chin tucked, one more. Here we go. Don't turn that toe out, y'all. Don't turn the toe out. Hold it, go 1, 2, 3. These are little flicks. 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back in. Take a breath. Now you should have felt that back here a lot. So that means the back muscle is contracting. And if you keep your tummy tight, this is a great, great exercise. You can do it again if you're up to it and you want to lay down on the floor. You can do it laying down. But let's say, I don't know, you're at some place that there's no way you want to lay on the floor, but your back is like, oh man, my back needs to be, I need to move my back muscles or something. I'm showing you how to do it, okay? So this is the one I just did, and now I'm gonna change to the other side. So I'm on my pillow, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna open out my toe, right? I'm gonna bring this leg back, and I'm gonna tighten my butt, okay? My hands are here. So I'm going to put the toe to the back part of the platform, and I'm just going to lift it just a little. And how am I going to lift it? By squeezing my gluteals. Drop your shoulders, squeeze your gluteal, and you'll get a lift, okay? By the way, this is a great thing to do to get your gluteal functioning like it's supposed to function, all right? And then you couple this exercise with not sitting on your gluteal so much, and you'll have a better gluteal. You should be laughing right now, okay? Drop your shoulders, drop your chin, drop your shoulders, drop your chin. Knee is soft, and when you pull the leg back, it's coming from your hip. It's coming from a very tight gluteal. Now we do the arm. So it's right here, and all I'm going to do is go back and bring it back in. See? See, it just squeezes the shoulder blade to the spine. That's the cue. Right there and back. Here we go. Pull and back. Here we go. Pull and back. Take a breath. And back, keep your chin tucked, keep your shoulders down. When you take your leg up, you should be squeezing your gluteal. Do not bend at the knee here. No, don't bend at the knee. Breath. Here we go, breath. Just do 3 more. Here we go. Okay. 2 more, 1 more. Here we go. And bring it back in. Yay, now I'm on my little pad. I'm going to do a transverse turn. I'm going to do a transverse turn. So I'll turn this way so you see what I'm doing. So I'm on my pad. So when you do this kind of a turn, many of you want to squeeze your shoulders up. Drop them. Drop this. You're right here together. Now, I could go ahead and just use my little tea towel and keep my arms down, my shoulders down. I'm holding my ground, so to speak. I'm not turning, I'm not twisting my knee at all. I'm turning and turning. See, I'm just turning and turning. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath, and a breath. And you're squeezing, and you're squeezing, and you're squeezing, and you're squeezing. Take a breath, take a breath, and a breath, and a breath, breath, and breath. See this? This is a great move. You can do this type of a move laying down on the ground, which I might do today. I am going to get down on the ground. You don't have to if you don't want to. But this kind of a move done with your shoulders down and your knees soft, and you're playing on all 4 corners of your feet. This is such a good move for balance, for feeling all your muscles working. It's an excellent move. Couple more. Drop your shoulders, take a breath. Drop your shoulders, take a breath. Just keep saying that to yourself. And when you say it, actually drop your shoulders. See how I'm squeezing my little ball, my little tea towel, my rolled up tea towel? This is giving all kinds of great work that's not overworking my My fingers, okay? I was going to say phalanges, but I'll say fingers. Keep your tummy tight, drop your shoulders. Just keep saying that. Tummy tight, drop my shoulders, soften my knees. See that? And I'm doing all this while I'm on this pad. This is such a good thing for your feet. So if you have feet problems, don't just sit there and let them get worse. Will this cure them? No, but it's going to help use whatever muscles that you can use. Okay, so now here's my chair. I'm on my little pad. I'm going to lift my heels. Then I'm going to lift my toes, and I'm holding on to this. If I couldn't hold on to this, I would only lift one toe at a time. But hopefully you'll put your hand on a wall or a table, something that's not going to move on you, and you'll go back into your heels. Lift your toes. Then put your toes down, bend your knee, and lift your heels. Okay, this is the part of beginning strength training 101 for feet. This is the part that everybody, that's where everybody stops when they have something like, I'm going to put my tea towel down. When they have something like plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis, they've sprained their ankle, they've done all the range of motion type things, they've done the icing, they've done heat. But then when the strength training time comes, they kind of fall off. Well, this is the beginning of strength training. And I'm telling you, these little pads that I'm on right here, and if you're on a really good thick type of a pillow, wow, you don't hurt your feet. And you can really go up into your toe box. See, I'm way up into my toe box right now. And I have this here, and you're going to lose balance. You are. Put your hands on two things if you need to. But do this work. See, don't let something keep you from trying to help yourself. See how I'm lifting back, and you will lose balance. So put your hand here and here if you need to. Anytime you start contracting and you're lifting your whole body weight, that's the whole thing. When you go up into your toe box like that and you lift your heels up, that's the strengthening that we tend to leave out whenever that we've had feet problems. And so we want to have it so that it's not going to hurt our feet. And these pads, these very thick pads that I'm on right now, makes it so that it doesn't hurt my feet, but I'm going up into my toe box with my heels way up there, okay? And back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. See that? Yeah. And then you roll to the outside. Don't put pressure, just roll your foot. See? Roll your foot to the outside. See, I still have my hands here so that I don't put too much pressure. When I do roll, I don't want pressure there. See that? And then you roll in. See? You roll in. And you do this on a very regular basis. If you could do nothing else but just these pumps that we did to begin with. See, I did these pumps barefooted on this pad. Then what did I do? I did these, remember? And then we did some other real important moves. But then I did the toe lift and the heel. So you're going toe lifts, heel lifts. And when you do toe lifts and heel lifts and you've had feet problems, let me tell you, I know what a big deal this is. And see, only go up as much as you can handle, and maybe even just do one toe at a time or 1 foot at a time. That would be perfectly acceptable. Then you take the pressure off and you roll your foot until you feel stretches happening on the outside of your foot. And then you roll the other one. I'm still on the pillow. And then you roll to the inside. And you roll to the inside. See? I just take pressure off. I want that movement. But then I want to lift. I'm actually doing lifting with my feet Now I might do it 3 times and then roll to the side and to the middle of the instep, the out. Glasses hanging on to weight or with my weight vest, and then shoes because I'm not on the pillow. Okay, so we'll do a various number of things like that. Okay, so I'm going to step off my little pillow now, and I'm going to use some chair things to get some good stretching moves in. Are you ready? I know you can't wait, right? I see Elisa out there jumping up and down saying, oh yeah, let's do more, let's do more. Okay, here's my tea towel. See that? So here's what's going to happen. See, here's my tea towel. I can do this. See this move? This is just kind of fun to do. But what does it do? What does this kind of thing do for my wrist? It gives it a great range of motion. I don't have to squeeze the tea towel. I'm just doing my wrist around and around and around. I'm not gripping hard. I'm just doing this, like this. See? See? Then I take my tea towel and watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to hip hinge. I'm going to bend my knees. Then I'm going to reach behind my chair, reach and grab the tea towel and bring it back around. Okay, keep your chin tucked. Keep your back very extended. Knees are soft. I'm way back here like I'm flying. Okay, there's your back extensor up here in the thoracic region. Then I'm going to reach. I don't throw it. I'm going to reach it. I'm going to grab it and bring it back around. So, really fly. Go back with the backs of your hands. Drop your shoulders. Take a breath. Now reach. Grab the tea towel. Bring it back. Okay? Really pull those shoulder blades together. Okay, bend the knees. Keep your chin tucked. Now reach, grab that tea towel, and bring it back. Big breath. Chin tucked. We're going to do this 3 more times right now. Here we go. Shoulders down. And you're really pulling your shoulder blades together. You're staying parallel to the floor. Take a breath. Here we go. So, just so you know, this has Kay's name written all over it. Okay? Pull the shoulder blades together. Shoulders down. You're really pushing into your feet. Knees are bent. Reach behind the chair and then come back. Now, some of you may be saying, how in the world do you reach behind the chair? I can't do that because my arms are too short. Okay, then you come right here. And you either go over the chair back or in front of the chair back, but you still do the same motion. See? You are not off the hook just because you have short arms. Drop your chin. Here we go. Reach back. One more. Reach. Go in front of the chair if you need to. And then release and come up. Now let me tell you, if you did that move correctly, you're feeling it. Those of you who have shoulder issues, when you get yourself in parallel position to do this move, and you keep good positioning, careful, elbows soft, but reaching, you do that 3 sets, and we might do another set here in just a minute. Wow, you're going to feel it, and you're going to get better in your shoulders. Okay? So, big breath. Now we're going to put the tea towel right there. Then we're going to put our hands right on the tea towel. See that? And we're going to, Mobility Wednesday, we're going to step back. We're going to drop our hips again. This is the second set of back extensions that we've done. Okay, then I'm going to push my butt up. I'm going to drop into the heels, and I'm going to stretch back as far as I feel I can with my shoulders. I'm going to keep my hands on the chair. Then I'm going to rotate, go, lift my heels. Then I'm going to go into my plank position, keep my chin tucked. Then I'm going to start slowly dropping that hip. See how I'm dropping the hip? Okay, now right now is when you're trying to let your shoulders go to your ears. Don't do it. Drop your shoulders, drop your hips, tuck in your chin, take a breath. Your elbows are soft and they're coming back into your waist. Then you take a breath, you come up, and then you go into a bent knee, and you're stretching with your hands on your chair. You want to really stretch through your shoulders here. So here we go. We're going to come back into the third one. So here we are right here. Drop your shoulders. Big breath. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into the back extension from my plank. Okay, drop your shoulders. Keep your chin tucked. Take a breath. Elbows are soft. Take a breath. Here we go. Push up. Come back in. Hang on to the chair seat. And your ears are right beside your arms right here. Take a big deep breath. Really let it stretch. And then come back in and step in. Okay? Step in with one leg. So once you've done that, you don't have too much pressure on your shoulders anymore, right? So you want to try to get the back heel down just a little. Okay? It's not going to go down all the way, but just get that stretch in there. Okay? And then just gently pull the knee down and then put the heel down. So pull the knee, rotate your foot, and then push the heel down. Just do it a couple times. All right. Now, there are those of you who might want to go ahead and bend the knee and go all the way down to the ground. If you want to do that, you just go right ahead. But there's many of us that is not in the cards, right? You bend your knee and you go down as far as you feel you can, and then you come back. And you do it to get motion and mobility from your toes and your heels all the way up the line chain of the legs. And you just do this little knee pump a couple of times. See how far down you can go. If you want to go all the way down, go down. That's okay. Do it. But try to do it without jumping or jerking. See, if you do go down, do it very smoothly, and then do it very smoothly up. And I love that move, but there are some people that move really scares. So for you, you just go down gently. You go down just enough that you can pull back out of it. See that? And do it a couple of times. But if you do choose to go all the way down, don't do all those funny little jerks, okay? Take a breath, and you put the pressure in your legs, and you really pull through. Then you switch, okay? Now I got the other leg to the chair front. See that? And I'm stretching the back of the heel. I'm thinking of Bonnie right now. I hope she's on. This is yours, Bonnie. Bend that knee. Put the heel down. It won't go all the way because you're doing this barefooted. Okay, drop your shoulders. Take a breath. Bend the knee. Push it back. Here we go. Bend the knee. Go straight down. Push it back. And then, of course, if you want and if you can, you bend the knee. You come down. But you do it gently. You don't just fall down in the floor, okay? And again, There are some of us out there that cannot come all the way down. Don't even try. And then if you get down and you get stuck, you're like, it won't come off the ground. All you need to do is put your hand on something, the floor, something, and give yourself just a little tiny bit of a press. It works. And it helps you not get that panicky feeling like, I can't get my knee off the ground. Yes, you can. You just put your hand here and give yourself just a little tiny boost and come up. And you can do it each time, or you can just go to the bent knee and bring it back. See? Bent knee, bring it back. Works great. Bent knee, and come back. Take a big breath. Bent knee, and come back. Or all the way down, all the way back. See that? Either one is perfectly fine. You do a series of those. Do 4, step in, go into a little squat, and come up. Take a big breath. You're doing really good. Now, we're going to turn around and do the antagonistic muscles. Okie dokie. So we've worked a lot of back extensors, a lot of back leg muscles, back arm muscles. Now we're going to do some of the front ones, okay? So, big breath. You can do all of this from a chair. That's what's so cool. Now, do I have some people out there that want a little more challenge? Great. You just get your little butt right in the floor. That'll be just fine, okay? You can sit on your pillow, okay? I'm going to do it from the chair first. I may go ahead and get in the floor and do it with some of you in the floor. But if you don't want to get in the floor, you don't have to. So I want you to see that you can challenge your core. You can strengthen your back sitting in a chair, okay? So here's my little tea towel. I'm going to open at the hip hinge. But before I open at the hip hinge, especially if I'm sitting in a chair or if I'm on the floor, I'm going to say what before I open at the hip hinge? I'm going to say rib cage up. So rib cage up. I'm going to open, 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 open. I'm feeling tight. See? Like that. I'm going to take my little tea towel. I'm going to bring my leg up. I'm going to go under with the tea towel. See that? So every time I go under and I bring it up, I just do a little press out. And then I bring it back. And when I do the press out, I say rib cage up. Take a breath and see, I could be doing all of this sitting in the floor. And maybe I'll get in the floor with some of you and show you what that looks like. See this? Woo! This is core work. And leg strength. Boom. Take a breath. Keep your chin tucked. Say rib cage up. Da. Breath. I got one more. Here we go. And bring it in. So you're going to be feeling it here, feeling it here, feeling it here. Come in from your hip hinge. It releases, you turn. See that? And you do the same thing on the floor. Your hip hinge, come up, and you turn. Okay, now I'm going to get you started on the other side if you're sitting in a chair. Then I'm going to jump down on the floor and finish it up with some people in the floor, okay? We call you floor people or chair people. How do you like that for labeling? Okay, open at your hip. I'm on the other leg now. I'm going to open back. I'm going to drop my shoulders, drop my chin. I'm going to say rib cage up and lift my knee. See that? Then I go under, take a breath, and I extend. Just gently, not too much, and extend. Breath, say rib cage up, extend. Rib cage up, extend. Rib cage up, extend. Rib cage up, drop your shoulders, breath, extend. Yes. Breath. I don't know, did we do 6? I was trying to get 6 or 8. Okay, hip hinge. That was the first set, just so you know. Sorry. Yes, I want to do a second set today, just because it's cold up in Michigan and you need to work hard, right? Okay, turn and turn. Okay, so you don't go into the second set with, feeling like, oh man, that was really grabbing me. No, you take and you recover. Okay, it's a very simple move. Recover, recover. Yay, right there. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to do the second set. Now, I could stand up, I could do some other stuff, but we're going to go right back into the second set. If you need to take a break, take a break. I'm going to get in the floor, but there are people out there that want to just stay seated. That's fine. Set to the edge of your chair, open back, just like before, rib cage up, all that. Okay, you got it? Chair people. Okay, these are floor people. All right, so I'm going to go right here. So stay in your chair if that's what you're choosing. It's okay. All right, so I'm going to come here and I'm going to get on all fours and then I'm going to just tuck and I'm going to be right here. Extend. And I'm going to come back up and I'm going to go under and I'm going to extend. And I'm going to take a breath and I'm going to extend. Big breath. And I'm going to extend. Big breath. Stay rib cage up. One more. Here we go. Extend. And then I'm going to come back in. Woo! Okie dokie. Take a breath. Turn. Take a breath. Turn. Shoulders down, whether you're sitting in a chair or not. And I'm going to open. I'm going to say rib cage up. I'm going to bring my knee up. And I'm going to go under. And I'm going to extend and take a breath. Bring it back up. Say rib cage up, shoulders down. Push. Take a breath. Here we go. Breath. Yeah. Say all those little corrections. Shoulders down, rib cage up. Boom. Okay, one more. Here we go. And we come back up. Okay? And then we just lean in. If you're in the chair, you just lean in. We're going to lean in right here. Okay? Just because we can. We're down here. We can go like this. Then we put our hands to the back of the chair, if you're in the chair, and you just roll your knees to the side. That's all. Roll your knees to the side. Okay? Roll your knees to the side. Drop your shoulders here. You tend to want your shoulders to come up around your ears. Don't do that. So see, I just keep my feet together, and I'm rolling from one side of the foot to the outside other of the foot. See that? This one is called the wave. We can do it laying down. You can do it in your bed before you even get out of bed. Okay? Just like that. Take a breath. And you may have a tightness in your back that you need to do this like 20 times, 30 times. But just keep remembering to drop your shoulders. Okay? And if you're laying down, you just keep your shoulders on the ground. You don't bring your shoulders off the ground. Okay? Take a big breath. We're going to bring one knee here. We're going to bring one knee out like that. See that? And we're going to turn. And we're going to kind of like reach from our hip. So this is Mobility Wednesday, right? So if I'm in the chair, I just put one leg straight down and I keep one knee bent. And I turn and I just reach forward. And how am I reaching? I'm coming forward from the hip. But I'm turned, and I just want to reach, then I'm going to release and bring my hand up. Not over, just up. Okay, this is a very important move for backs because I see it misused so much. So I have one leg down, I have one leg in here. I say rib cage up, I turn, and I just let my hand go down the leg as far as I can, and then I bring the opposite hand just up. Okay, take a breath, hang on there, take a breath, hang on, take a breath, bring it back to center. So I could be in the chair again. My knees like here, I'm just sitting with my knees in. I'm going to keep one knee in. I'm going to extend one. I'm going to take my hand, go down the leg a little. And how am I doing this? Am I bending at my waist? No. I might bend a little, but not much, because where am I hinging? At my hip. See, this opens up your groin area, okay? And see, I'm turning, and then I take the other hand, and I'm changing the T-towel, so you see what I'm doing. And I just go up as I'm turning, and I just hang it up here. I don't go over and bend my back. I don't want to do that right now. I'm just going up, okay? And then I'll come back, take a breath, drop your shoulders, drop your chin, turn, let your hand go down that leg, turn, and then you just raise your hand. That's it. See that move? That's a huge move for some people that have wonky shoulders or wonky backs. One last one. We do it about 3 times. We turn, go down the leg, bring that arm up, really push against this leg down here. And then you come down. You can hang out there for a little bit if it helps, if you feel better. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going to turn to the side. I'm going to be on all fours. So if you're on the chair, you just turn around and you put your hands here and your feet are on the ground. See? We're down here. All right? I'm going to take a big breath. I'm going to get ready to push right here. Now, for some of you, this is going to be a big move. You're not used to doing this because you know what I see? What I see people doing when they're trying to get off the floor, and if you're not in the floor, your feet are on the floor. See, you're doing this, okay? And I just did typically this kind of a thing, which is perfectly fine to do. This is good mechanics. However, I'm trying to really put a hit on your upper body right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean in, I'm going to put my toes down, and I'm going to push into that chair. And then I'm going to come back down and bend my elbows and come down. That's not typical. I understand. Everybody wants to do this, which you're directed to do this in many instructions on how to get out of the floor or up off the floor. And you do this, and you push, and you come up. That's great. However, I want to put a double hit on you in your mobility, in your quest for more mobility. It means getting stronger, and especially your upper body. See here, I dig my toes in, I push down, my elbows are bent, and I come up without holding my breath and without jerking. That's what's important here. See this? Drop your shoulders, tighten your tummy, bend the elbows, push, and you're up. And you come back down. Take a breath, bend your elbows, drop your shoulders, lean in, push, and then step in. Okay? And go like this. Do it about 3 or 4 times. Then go out and give yourself a hug. Go out, drop your shoulders, give yourself a hug. Go out, drop your shoulders, give yourself a hug. And you can do these kind of pendulum swings anytime during the day to help yourself with better mobility. So I hope you tried some of those moves today.